What's going on? My name is Kwazii. I grew up on the west side of the city. I love making music, and I pursue it every day. Allow me to introduce myself.
Who's up and coming? Who's got next? This is...
Allow me to introduce myself.
Growing up in Brampton was interesting. For one, I love the diversity. It's a melting pot of culture, so it's a great muse to draw from artistically. But there's also a heavy Caribbean presence out there, and it was easy for me to sort of, not easy, but it became a time where it was easy for me to sort of find a sort of presence, and it definitely helped to direct me. Growing up in Brampton helped direct me into finding myself in the studio, and definitely has influenced the content I decide to make, whether it's the relationships I've experienced or the connections I've lost in the city. Like it's all just life imitates art and vice versa. So it's all helped to create who I am. I think any great artist would be silly to limit himself or place any boundaries around him, and I absolutely try to be as receptible as possible. So any art form is like, any art form I try to like study. Like comedy is something that absolutely influences, like, you can ask anybody. I just listen to stand-up like a lot. So I think that comedy and music play hand in hand because they're both sort of these perspectives, whether it's swagger or, you know, satirical. Like they're both perspectives on life that, you know, people either heavily relate to or like they're these hot takes that, you know, nobody's heard before. So yeah, Russell Peters, Michael Cera, even my guy Ryan Gosling. Like I be what's my boy's name? Austin Powers. I be really like studying all the artists that come from this place, because if you notice, they're so different. Like they really stand out in you could say odd ways, but they stand out regardless. And then Roy, that's my dog. Free Tory, man. Like I've been running around with some of the umbrellas for a minute, and they're always showing love. Roy has been showing love like from the beginning, and like Sky like walked in on my studio session, like one of my first studio sessions, and heard the track and immediately like showed love, supported, followed, and connected. So I think the guys from this city, personally, from this place, are some of the best in the world. And we have the numbers, we have the influence, we have, you know, the wave carrying personalities. So definitely draw from that.
You don't call me, then I'm leaving you.
I'm done putting up with your nonsense. When 9 out of 10 times that we can't quit, you fine by the step out, by the outfit.
So music's always been in the family, and I got a guitar from my grandfather when I was around 12. That really, like, when I got it, like can't play the guitar, but I have the ability to sort of like listen to something, or if I sit down for a minute, I figure it out just like anybody can. And I made this like little 2-note song that my whole family was like, yes, this is it, Justin Bieber, the new thing. And I was like, okay, I'll say no more. I'm gonna start locking it in. Everybody gassed me up. If I, you know, obviously, just like anybody who pursues anything, my art before is not where it is now, but it was enough. And I started doing like poetry and stuff, and then high school came around. We had this little corner in the back of the cafeteria that was called Cafrica. It wasn't self-titled, but in that corner, I used to bring a big ass speaker to school and turn it around in the corner so the entire cafeteria could hear it, and play like beats, whatever song is trending or whatever, just instrumentals. And like whoever was like the funniest guy, really, it was all the guys who were cracking jokes that ended up being nice on the beats, on the instrumentals. And we started going back to back, and people were like, yeah, this is super crazy. So I decided to buy myself a microphone, and the rest is history. When you're so close to something, it's really hard to see the gravity of it. And I remember like going to these shows with my grandfather and like seeing how many people showed up for him, and like, but like not even like here, like he was Jamaican, but he was going to like the States, he's going to like the UK, he was in Japan when he was younger and stuff, doing shows. And then I do shows and I see the people that come out to see me, and it's like, when I was younger, I didn't really notice it, but like he was putting me on stage. I got pictures with like Freddie McGregor, and like I met a couple of reggae legend cats. But yeah, my grandfather did end up getting me that guitar, and ever since I was a kid, his music was always playing. My dad's actually a big fan of his music, coincidentally, my mother's father. So the music was always around, and yeah, the influence was crazy to see these people from all different corners of the world show up for this sound that's so unifying. He's playing these crazy bass lines. They call him the godfather of the reggae bass line. He did the one drop bass line for Pass the Dutchie. He's a GOAT. Not much more to say. Yeah, definitely impacted what I do and continues to support me. He's all over my Instagrams, reposting my stuff, so shout out Graham.
This shit is turning me up. Molly keep burning me up. Bitch, don't touch me when I'm rolling.
Rick Rubin wrote this book recently. I believe it's called The Creative Act or something along those lines that I divulged into, and I think he put it into words better than I ever could. And it's just about making yourself a blank slate. To walk into the studio means to leave judgment at the door. And I sort of just like, I do my best to like drop all emotions and feelings and like enter this space of just being a canvas. And then when I hear whatever instrumental plays, whatever grabs me, I always let the music write itself. I think that one of the big things about being a musician that people don't necessarily realize, specifically about, you know, doing like creating productions and actually laying top lines, laying vocals, is that there's something to be said about a song that hits every mark and doesn't necessarily get past that point. So I try to add to the production of the sound, the beat, and I try to say things that reflect how I feel. And I don't think about it too much more than that. Like, as long as the song reflects the emotion that I felt when I heard the instrumental, then I would say that I achieved what I set out to do. And I think that, you know, that's what it's about. It's about creating moments and in capturing emotions and allowing, you know, memories to live on through artistic expression. So I got a tape coming out entitled I Was Perfect to Someone, and I've decided to put out this compilation of music that reflects the calm before the storm. And that's all I can say about it. So make sure you tune in. My current single is out now and it's called Leaving. Make sure you guys go and tee it up for me. Hey, what's going on? My name is Kwazii and I just introduced myself.
Got your bitch riding, I'm inside, got a slip slide like it's Fiji.